Yo, what's up, guys? So, this is a game that I have recorded quite a bit of, but have yet to use any of it. I keep waiting for the right playthrough to share with you guys, and hopefully this is the one. You never know. I have beaten the game many times now, many times. I've played some of these campaigns 2 or 3 times a piece. Not really interested in doing any of these other ones. I might at some point, strictly for some sort of challenge reasons, but I pretty much know the game now. It's not difficult, like hardly at all anymore. I mean, if times are really rough at the beginning, then it can, strain me a bit, but I mean, once I recover from any kind of early game strain, it's like, it's over, you know what I mean? Like, I pretty much know the ins and outs now, but it is still fun. I've had a good time with this game while playing. I had probably about 60 hours of just solid enjoyment out of it before I started to feel like I was kind of wasting my time a little bit. But I do feel like a scumbag playthrough is in order for the channel. I think you guys will probably get a kick out of it. If you have a dark sense of humor, you will certainly get a kick out of it. If you're sort of a little bit more uptight when it comes to stuff like that, then perhaps you won't find it amusing. But I'm going to be pretty scummy in this playthrough. I'm going to go with the Amelia Roman playthrough. Either that or Roman Katya is another good one for that. This is the one that I just came off of. Not necessarily the best. It's pretty good if you want to be a bandit, which is why I did it. But it wasn't that great. It was a little underwhelming. The stuff that I wanted to unlock didn't really happen for me. This is the one that I might share eventually. This is the one that I expected the most challenge with. And at the beginning, the challenge was very extreme. You start out with only one character, and I can tell you that it is definitely a little unfair only having one guy at the start, as you will see as this playthrough goes on. But starting out with 2 is okay. And at first I thought it was sort of a disadvantage, 3 being the best, but now I'm starting to think that 2 is actually the best. 3 is a disadvantage, 4 is an extreme disadvantage, 1 is an extreme disadvantage. It's kind of weird how that works, but you'll see. Lots of different factors that come into play. It's both good and bad to have multiple people in your party. Let's go ahead and get started here. Amelia Roman. Now, both of these guys are pretty scummy. You can choose to play Roman kind of either way. He is a combat specialist. You can play him pretty scummy, or you can... Good, we got the house that I like here, so outstanding. I think there's a couple houses that you can get. I think some campaigns can give you both houses at random, but some campaigns lock you into just one house. It's kind of weird how that works. But anyway, you can kind of play Roman multiple ways. Amelia, pretty much the same, but they're both capable of doing some pretty scummy stuff and taking it. Whereas other characters, if you force them to steal or murder innocent people, they get very depressed and can actually just... I've never had it reach this point, but I think that they can actually commit suicide if they get too depressed. So that's not good, and then their depression sort of rubs off on the other characters, and it just spreads like wildfire. So you have to be very careful with depression. It's a slippery slope. There's a few things you can do to remedy it, but I'll try to talk about stuff as I play, and I need to not waste too much time here. The beginning is all about sort of picking up the free stuff around your house and making use of it. You can choose to go a few different ways. I have kind of a set way that I've been using lately. It might be slightly inefficient, but it is certainly not that big of a deal either way. There's a little bit of micro involved during these types of segments of the game whenever you're kind of controlling multiple characters, but it really doesn't amount to much. The most you really need to micro is at the beginning of the game, and trust me, I am just terrible at RTS games like StarCraft, for example. Oh man, that's a game that I used to play a lot of, StarCraft Brood Wars, but used to just be terrible at it. Used to have a friend that was outstanding at that game, just unbelievable player, and I was a little envious of him because I could never wrap my brain around it. I guess that's just one genre of games that I've never been proficient at. But we have a selection of things to do here. I always like to go with the metal workshop at the beginning because it is going to allow us to craft some useful tools that we can use to open up these locked things around the house, these little lock boxes and cabinets and whatnot. We can also make a shovel to clear out some of this rubble here. And I'm a little unsure as to which I want to do first. I think I will go with a shovel first because I foresee Roman and Amelia needing the shovel to get past some of this stuff. Now, here's the problem. We need to make a crowbar as well. We are a little strapped for components, but I'm going to bank on there being some components over here in this treehouse. So therefore, we will make the shovel first, so we can get through some of this stuff here, and then hopefully we can find the missing components over here in these two piles. Everything else is going to require the crowbar to get into, except for this up here. But we need to clear this stuff out, and I doubt that there's going to be components in these cabinets. After playing the game so many times, you start to gather information about where certain loot is going to be. Now you can find really good stuff just in random junk piles, so this is not to say that you can't find really useful stuff just in random junk piles, but the likelihood of finding better stuff in cabinets and lock boxes and stuff like that is much higher than it is in a random trash pile. But we can't make any more of this stuff. We can make a lockpick, but I never make lockpicks because they require these parts, which are very valuable until very late in the game, and the crowbar performs the same function as the lockpick, but has multiple charges. Don't really understand the need for lockpicks, really, when you have a crowbar. The crowbar being far less resources, in my opinion. But I suppose if you are very strapped for components and you have an excess of parts, if somehow this happens, which is unlikely to happen, I suppose lockpick makes sense. But I need to get Amelia off that and get her to use her shovel there. And then I can bring Roman up and start, speeding up the process up here. So not bad. We can kind of bypass this for now. We don't need to do these two piles of rubble today. They are non-essential. We will do that eventually, though, once we have some free time. And here's the missing stuff, the missing components, and the missing wood. So outstanding. We will get Amelia to come back in and craft the crowbar for us shortly. And as you can see, it's kind of given us a lot of weapon parts here at the beginning with these two characters, and I can only gather that it's sort of encouraging a scumbag playthrough, which I'm, going to do without a doubt anyway. Okay, so this is going to leave us with only 3 components left over. We're not going to be making any of the bare essentials that we need, such as the bed, the stove. We're going to wait another day some moonshine here, some to either drink or trade. Not too bad. Let's see, yeah, now we're at the point where we cannot do anything without the crowbar, so let's go ahead and just wait for Amelia to craft this crowbar, and we can proceed. But, gonna be interesting to see what the game allows us to do early on, once we can scavenge. And I'm on the clock here, as you can see, and as I probably should have pointed out earlier, but the day ends at 8 p.m. And once the day ends, it goes into a scavenge cycle where you can either you can basically choose additional roles for your characters. You can have them stay at the house. You can have up to one character go off and scavenge at other locations to gather resources for you. You can have your characters sleep guard, or scavenge, I believe, are the options. At the beginning of the game, we will be... Ooh, some ammunition here. Perhaps we'll find a firearm. Sometimes that happens. It's quite rare that you actually get a full firearm in one of these cabinets. Most of the time it's just a broken pistol, which you have to craft. But to get a full firearm would be quite nice. And getting all this ammo, one can only hope that our desires are going to be fulfilled. And we will be given a pistol at bare minimum to do something with. Now, the pistol is quite worthless. It is the shittiest firearm in the game, but you can do some things with it. So maybe, perhaps, we will be able to do something with it. And looky there, we got us a pistol and 10 ammo. And ammo is very expensive. Expensive to craft, expensive to buy. You don't want to sell it if you have weapons, because you will be consuming ammo every night to protect your shelter, and you will perhaps be using ammo on some scavenging missions, the ones where you're trying to murder people. So we were able to do everything in the house. We might as well go ahead and clear this last little bit of rubble here. We have some time left over, so we can do that. It's pretty nice. We were able to clean this house up in the day. We should probably take a look at our inventory here. We got our pistol, we got our bullets, we got 4 moonshine to trade, which is outstanding. 16 wood left over, 10 weapon parts. Can't do anything with the weapon parts just yet. Pretty soon we'll be able to start making saw blades, which will allow us to get into sort of more restricted areas during scavenging missions. We can make a hatchet, which will allow us to gather fuel and additional wood from chopping up furniture and stuff like that. But we need to be on the lookout for components. And with Roman and Amelia as scavengers, they only have 10 inventory slots in their backpack, so definitely restricted as to what we can take. So the bandit path is going to be more likely for us, because we will be looking to attain the highest value items possible and then trade them for some of these base materials that we need, which take up a lot of inventory slots, as you will see in scavenging missions. So, and they don't have much trade value. So characters with low slots are going to want to pick up value items more often than not, unless you are in certain scenarios. But we didn't get a whole lot of diversity. We didn't get any food, like literally no food, no vegetables, no water. That is a slight problem, because, yeah, we need to eat. We don't need to eat tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow we absolutely have to have a stove set up, and we need to eat. So we have some things to be looking out for. And as you can see here, we have the time running down. We have another half-hour game time before the cycle ends, but we can go ahead and just end day prematurely. But I will go ahead and let the timer run out, so you can see that once 8 p.m. rolls around, boom, that's it. It'll cut you off. So you do need to sort of be on the clock. Okay, so we have 3 options here. Sort of an interesting choice so far. Definitely have a bandit option here. Don't know if we'll do this right off the bat, because we do have a nice freebie option that is given us, and we have another freebie option over here too, but this is kind of let's discuss all three real quickly before we go in. All right, so we have the decrepit squat here. This place, lack of food. We have some homeless people living there. Not a threat though. No food though. As you can see here, it sort of gives you a summary of what's in there, so you know beforehand. This stuff, we need materials, yes, but we're not going to be able to gather too many with 10 inventory slots. Not enough. We need to get some essentials going. Now, we do have a risk of our stuff being stolen. Right now, we really don't, because we don't really have anything to steal beyond the pistol, the booze, and some ammo, but not a big deal there. We have this ruined block of flats, which is probably the best bet. Going to have a lot of stuff to get there. There's going to be nobody there. Lots of freebies. Might be some restricted areas that require a crowbar or saw blade. We don't have a saw blade yet, so that might be a drawback. Garage. Now, this is the bandit-like option that we have here right off the bat, and this map will fill up with other places as the game goes on, by the way. So these aren't the only 3 places you can loot, but this is just the only 3 places we have right now. So, we have an impulsive son and an elderly father here. I can tell you that if we do decide to murder these people and take their goods, we might get some depression in the group, even with Amelia and Roman as our characters. And they're a little bit more hardened to sketchy conditions like that. But there are some things that even bad guys don't necessarily approve of, right? And this kind of isn't just in this game, that's in real life too. But anyway, I think initially we will go with the ruined block of flats, and I hesitate because we only have 10 ammo, and we might need to utilize that ammo while we have it and murder some people. Perhaps get some ammo back from it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, this is a YouTube playthrough of this game, so going with the safe option might be educational. And that's sort of what I've done in my other recordings so far, the ones that were, in my opinion, a little too boring for viewing. Fun to sell to play, but just not very fun to watch. So let's go ahead and scum it up. Let's scum it up, guys. And hope that we don't get robbed with Amelia defending. Because we're going to need Roman here. We're going to want to annihilate all. And I wish there was a way to... one of Roman's perks is that he can one-shot people with stealth melee attacks. It would be nice to not have to use any of this ammo in this mission, but I don't see a way of that happening. But let's find out. Let's see what happens here. Here's some stuff up here, but I don't really want to clog my inventory with that right now. I really just want to... Oh. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, let's see what this guy has to trade. He's got 3 ammo. I don't have any... I have literally nothing to trade. Oh, wow. Oh. I wonder if I can get some of this stuff if I kill him, because he's got a lot of stuff. This is actually quite nice. It would be nice to be able to get some of this equipment for free. That would be fucking fantastic. And unfortunately, this guy is probably going to perish. It'd be nice if you would just go ahead and turn around now, buddy. I wonder if I can, like, get behind him here. Can I get up here? Nice. Alright. Don't mind me. Oh. Oh, he's still there. Okay. So we have some sort of detectors here. Oh, and he just walked off. Outstanding. I wonder if I go back down, if he will come back, and this must be his elderly father here. We have a window opening and shutting here. Oh, I cannot get past because of this saw blade. And there's no way I can get down from the rooftop here. Interesting. Okay, so if I was to steal from here, I would probably need a saw blade. But I'm not going to steal. I am going to murder. It's probably not going to be in an elegant fashion because I, unfortunately... Alright, well, I might be able to do something about this. Oh, outstanding. Oh. Okay, so I had to waste 3 there. Oh, I'm sorry. But, you and your son can meet in the afterlife, old man. Alright, so... Feeling pretty good about myself after that. These innocents were slain by a Roman. Okay, and this guy was armed. He had a pistol with 1 bullet and a knife, so it is a good thing that I took him out. He was dangerous. This was self-defense here. Absolutely self-defense. But we have a lot of stuff to steal. As you can see, lots and lots of stuff to steal. That's good stuff right there. Gonna need plenty of bandages this playthrough. It's lucky that I did not take a bullet there. And as you can see, this is more really good stuff here. We have medications. This has insane value in terms of keeping your characters alive and in terms of trades. Same with herbal meds and bandages, of course. But we will go ahead and start kind of gathering a pile here. And what I'm hoping for... Ooh, lots of good... Oh, wow, and some equipment here. Outstanding. But what I'm hoping for is a character who can... And I'm going to leave my bullets and ammo here for now. Anyway, I'm hoping for a character with more inventory slots. And as we play through the game, more characters will show up. Wow, look at all this stuff. I should have put all my stuff in this box, apparently. And I don't really even need to transfer this stuff over, but yeah. I will go ahead and hang on to the crowbar for now. I think I saw some stuff down here. And I will try to just transfer everything that I pick up from the rest of this map into this one room here. Oh wow, lots of good stuff. Found our food and veggies. And these veggies will allow us to get more value out of the meals that we cook. We will be able to cook more and with less resources. So, really, really good stuff right there. Look at all this sugar. We can make us some moonshine at some point. I really don't find much value in making the moonshine still. I find more value in just looting good items and selling them. Then the production of moonshine actually ends up being non-essential, as you will probably see. You know, I've played this game quite a bit now, and I might be doing things slightly inefficiently. I might be missing value somewhere along the way. There might be even more insane shit to do. I don't doubt that, like, at all. But just for... Oh, this is great. Wow. Getting some really nice pickups here. But just for doing basic playthroughs of the game without ever really risking danger, and by the end of the game always being stocked up on stuff and just basically not even having to scavenge anymore. Yeah, I've figured that part of the game out. But what I haven't really done is just gone full out scumbag early on and tried to tame the depression. I normally kind of spread it out over the playthrough so my characters don't get too depressed. But this time I think I'm going to be going all out. Oh, and this is that one crate with all this stuff. We'll go ahead and move all the high value items over, and we'll try to remember that this crate only has materials in it. Not really much point in transferring all that stuff over, but we will go ahead and take our crowbar back with us. We have these 3 saw blades. That is outstanding, and in fact we'll go ahead and take 2 of them. No, we'll go ahead and take 3, why not? Yeah, they all stack up. These don't stack up, so we're not going to take all this stuff just yet. We don't need it. We can just kind of leave it here. We can, in fact, trade these later on. They're probably going to be pretty high value. We'll go ahead and bring back our ammo that we found, though. We should have more ammo than that. I think I might have left it in the other box. So we'll go ahead and crack that open. We have this water here. Plenty of food and plenty of water to take back, but we don't necessarily need to take that back right now because we will not be eating tomorrow. We will absolutely not be eating tomorrow. So the question is, will the trader show up tomorrow? Because sometimes the trader will show up to your house on day 2 or day 3. Sometimes they'll even show up on day 4. So, and this guy is like essential in terms of getting some of these base supplies that you need, the building blocks to expand your house, like components and parts and stuff like that, and wood. Anyway, so I think I will go ahead and try to have something ready for the trader if he does in fact show up tomorrow. So I will go ahead and take back only the value items, except for the 3 saw blades, and I can in fact even trade those if I so desired. I have 3 more slots. Take some stuff back with me. Need to take my both firearms and the knife. That actually looks okay for now. So we will try to make that work for now, and we're out of here. We could probably make things a little bit more efficient for us by stacking more of this loot up over there, but we'll settle for this for now. Okay, so as you can see, Roman is sad now. Sad panda. Amelia, bless her heart, is just does not give a shit. She does not give a fuck.